I'm live. It's my
I
face.
fucking did it again.
You did. You put my face on.
How we doing, folks? It's Walt with One Fall WrestleCast. So we got a couple things to talk about this week. Yeah, Roman Reigns is kind of maybe hinting at an early exit. MJF and CM Punk. Was this the best segment ever, or was this just like a big giant waste of TV time? We're gonna find out. Plus, we got match of the week, and I got something fresh for Tom coming right out of this. So, yeah, like I said, grab a drink. Let's hang out. Let's talk some wrestling. Let's get after it.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Well, now I'm terrified.
No, you should be. You should be.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. And I promise.
What's up, fellas?
I promise it has nothing to do with the greatest tag team in AEW history. I mean, it might.
Okay, I'm over it. I'm over them, so that's fine.
So I just got to move on to something else to piss you off about.
That's all it is. That's so we can move on.
Oh, well, that's not what it is, but I actually legit have something for you. Derek, how you doing, bud?
Good, guys. How you doing?
Great. You look much more well rested this week than you did last week, bud.
Well, thank you, fellas. I've readjusted my schedule so that I can cater to your needs and the needs of our fans, of course.
Our needs. Oh,
that's good. I feel like
you mean the needs of the commitment that you made to be a part of this endeavor.
No, look, Walt. My needs always need to be catered to, and so I appreciate Derek for doing the right thing and catering to my needs. So thank you.
And technically, we used to record on Sundays, and I was not good with that. So technically, it's kind of my fault that we do it on Mondays now.
It is your fault. Most things.
That was like a year and a half ago. Nobody really remembers. So,
well, it actually ended up working out really, really well.
Yeah, except I don't get to watch Raw.
I mean, but that's the thing is Raw's trash, so you can just tune into us. You get a half hour of Raw and be like, oh, yeah, this is terrible as usual.
I'm just gonna put this on.
Yeah, turn on One Fall WrestleCast. There we go.
Yeah. Hey, so, guys, really, Tom,
Walt,
I want you to know something.
Walt.
Okay.
Knowing things.
Your voice has been heard, pal.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Your displeasure has been heard.
Wait, are they removing Donald Trump from the WWE Hall of Fame?
No.
Shit. Okay.
No. Tony Khan has addressed your claims.
My claims personally?
Yes, your claims personally. I tweeted on your behalf, pal.
Oh, sweet.
And we got a Tony Khan reply.
No shit, really?
No, not really.
You're kidding me. Yeah, I didn't
really.
think so.
It'd be a big pop, though. And look, I popped him, Derek.
That'd have been good. Yeah, I was buying it.
Well, that's
fine.
Just went with it. I mean, I bought tickets to his show. I figured maybe. Becky is yelling at Liv right now on Raw. I have it muted, but that's what's happening.
So Tony Khan has responded to your criticism of Adam Cole's booking, sir.
That's good. What was his response?
His response was, where the hell did it go?
I'm Adam Cole's booking. I don't know where it went.
So this was a whole thing, right?
Probably.
They were talking about on Twitter. They were talking about how Adam Cole's, his booking has been very regressed from where he was in WWE, right? Tom, you touched on that last week. You feel like he's not as solid in the ring, and his gimmick isn't necessarily what it was to the level of.
It's not as serious. It's more idiotness.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was kind of the vein of the conversation, and somebody had replied, I'm not even sure that what he's doing. I'm not even sure what bad he's doing. He's a top guy who faces other top guys and gets big reactions while touring the country. I'm not sure how anyone could possibly view that as a downgrade from what he was doing before.
Wait, what? He's a top guy I agree that he's a top guy, but what what top guys is he facing? I'm real confused by that.
Well, I mean, I don't agree with that portion of the statement, right?
He seems to be facing solid underneath guys.
He's very much building himself up in that direction, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's being built to be a top guy clearly, but like he's not gone against any top guys, and quite frankly, he's hanging out with a couple of goofy guys who love to give him kisses on the cheek. It's the butterfly.
They're the greatest tag team in AEW history.
Of course, yeah. Look, let's
they
kiss
can
each
do whatever they want.
They should kiss each other on the mouth. Then it's a pandemic. Why not just cough into each other's eyeballs while they're at it? But sure,
wow.
No, it's because look, in AEW, Adam Cole, or in NXT, Adam Cole is the most dangerous individual ever. And AEW seems to like the longer, more drawn out storytelling, and I do feel like there's going to be some kind of a turn at some point. And I don't hate it as much as you've prepped it up to be yet. I don't hate it that much yet. However, if AEW doesn't turn him against the Bucks and have him cut just a savage promo that cuts down everything that's happening right now, like if that doesn't happen, then I don't know. However, this week on Rampage, if you would notice, they did beat he and Bobby Fish did beat the shit out of Wheeler Yuta and what's his face? Orange Cassidy.
I mean, rightfully so.
I mean, Orange Cassidy got a couple of his little like shtick things in. Adam Cole was like, and he did the Bebe thing, and that was dumb. But like, other than that, like they kicked the crap out of these two guys, and they beat him, which was obviously the right call. So I'm not upset with it yet. I hear what you're saying, and I hear what Tony Khan's saying, and to me, that leads me to believe that he's likely about to get put back basically into the same category as he was on NXT, which is where he belongs, as sort of the guy who is a large part of the show. I mean, he's a heel right now, but like sort of like just a ruthless, terrible, dangerous man.
I just don't understand why you can't enjoy it for what it is.
Sure, I am for right now. I'm not. You're painting me into a corner that I'm not in. I'm not. I'm not saying that. I can't. I don't like the Young Bucks. I don't like that they've paired him with them. However, if I see this story progress in the way that I think it's progressing, and they've already started to sow the seeds, I think the overall will be good. It will be an overall good. And I have enough trust in AEW now, a year, 2 years in to.
We couldn't have said that 8 months ago.
I couldn't have, but now I'm here to trust the process. And, what Adam Cole's doing, particularly away from the Bucks, I'm enjoying quite a lot. Like Rampage this week, enjoyed that quite a lot. Wasn't the best match that they had ever had. I like that Bobby Fish got the win though, because he needed it. Like he's just been a punching bag since he got there, having a great match, but losing after 15 minutes or so. I was glad to see that. I think they're doing a lot of things right, and I think they're taking it a little slow. So it's hard for me to jump on particularly for the newest signees. It's hard for me to jump on their booking just yet.
Derek, what about you, bud? What do you think about how AEW's utilized Adam Cole to this point, and do you feel that Tony defending that was the right way to go about things?
So, Tom broke down a lot of things there. So, let's start from the beginning here. For one, I think any comments that are made about the booking and the slow booking, and we're not satisfied with the new people coming in, basically. Tony Khan needs to send out one tweet that just says, "Smart marks, sit down and enjoy the ride." You have no idea what they have in store. He's not going to come out and start beating top guys. It's not going to happen. And he will eventually turn on the Bucks. You got to give him time. This is such a slow burn compared to what, the WWE was doing with him. Of course, we've got him reuniting with Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly becomes a free agent in December. I'm sure he's probably somewhat looking to come over in this direction. Also, you've got Kenny Omega, who's going to be out for months. So for sure we're gonna have Adam Cole with the Bucks, but I'm promise you, upon Kenny's return, it will be fireworks and a shit show that implodes that whole mess there. And Adam Cole is going to be kicked to the curb by Kenny and come back and be part of the elite and all that good stuff. It's
So
just
my thought,
it's all time.
I actually think what's going to happen is that's going to happen before Kenny comes back. Is that Adam Cole and Bobby Fish will break off and assault the Young Bucks, but Young Bucks will be the baby faces. Adam Cole and Bobby Fish will be the. I mean, I don't know how you can turn the Young Bucks baby face, but I mean they're going to try to do it, and I really think that like Adam Cole is just going to cut like scathing promos on him, and call him the scum of the earth and all that crap, and then they'll just beat the tar out of him at every chance, and they'll have the numbers game on him. I think too because they'll get Kyle O'Reilly too, so it'll be 3-on-1 for months and months and months and months.
Sure.
And then Kenny's return will be, oh God, the Equalizer, he's back. Yes. It'll be that type of thing, where the Young Bucks are getting the tar kicked out of them. Then Kenny runs to the ring to the save, and that'll be that. I think,
and then they'll face off in an exploding bar match.
Yeah,
round
sure.
2. The explosions hopefully actually work.
Maybe
I will not buy
out
the T-shirt until I see the match this time. Damn it.
Maybe they'll take out Kenny this time. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, listen, guys, like these are great points, right? And I think that we've all been kind of maybe a little bit critical about the way that Adam Cole's been booked, because I think that we all kind of wanted to see what we had to become accustomed to seeing, right? Like,
yeah.
I know Derek and I have even talked about it, in chat, whatever. And it's like, yeah, man, it's fun. Like he's getting the rub from the largest heel group right now. And, they're going to help to be the ones that put him over. But like, it's goofy, it's silly, and it's not what we're accustomed to seeing. But you know what? Yeah. He's still playing his role to the absolute best of his ability. And that's what I'm saying, man. I'm just enjoying it for what it is right now. And I'm hoping that we get that payoff that we all want from it. So,
oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, if we don't, I feel like we can be mean about it later. But as of right now, it seems like where they're going is going to give me a feel-good moment as a not Young Bucks fan. So
until they prove me wrong and, burn me with their longevity and long style booking, then I've just got to trust the process. That's all there is to it,
Yeah, I mean, Derek, it's got, at this point, I can't not trust the process because I've seen the process pay off quite a few times, and they've really been on a hot streak lately. So it's hard for me to be like, they're going to screw this up. And it's like, well, they haven't screwed up a whole lot lately. So maybe they won't.
We do have Riho back, which is disappointing. Not to jump off topic, but
no, man. Yeah. Listen, did you hear all the noise that like she was like crying backstage because they had said she was eliminated and she wasn't, and all this bull happy horse shit? Like, come on, man.
I'm not ready for.
Come on,
I don't.
Man.
I think.
And then she beats Britt Baker, which is even more unrealistic.
That was the.
Can we just move on past Riho? Like
that was the low. That was literally the low spot of the week in wrestling. Period. Her beating Britt Baker. That was the low spot.
And like I'm sure that like, and I know I shit all over this all the time, right? But I'm sure she's good in Japan.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But over here, okay, she's as big as Nyla Rose's leg.
Yeah,
like. It's just, I'm not buying it. I'm not into it. And if that makes me smarky, then I'm smarky as fuck, pal. Like,
and we're all on the same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got no time. I got no patience for that. I mean, I would love to see, maybe I'll have to sit down and I'll have to look at some of her work in Japan against similar sized athletes. Maybe she can work her fucking tail off, but
similar sized athletes in their baggy underpants.
Like she don't work against Thunder.
It's
Rosa.
not believable.
No,
it just isn't. No,
I mean, when other women are like she can't be more than like 80 pounds, and I
think they bill her at 105.
Nah, Nah. My daughter is now. I've got kids. I know I know what small people weigh, and I'm gonna put her. She's maybe got 15, 20 pounds on my son, which puts her maybe to 80 pounds, maybe.
Just saying,
I'm
it's no good.
I know where they bill her. I'm just saying she's maybe
not a lot
80
there.
pounds.
It's no good. No good.
I mean, look, if she wants to get over, she needs to beef up. Like there's a, when you're an athlete, when you're part of a profession, like men do it. I don't like it's taboo to say when women, but to tell women to do this, but like she would need to put on weight. She would need to hit the gym hard. She would need to beef up. You know what I mean?
It's like, I mean, look at Jamie Hayter. She made some changes to her physique while she was away. Abaddon has done something similar, really starting to work out more and that kind of shit's hitting social media. And like, I think that it's part of taking your career seriously. Right. And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to stroll down this road and then piss a bunch of women off.
No, I agree.
We're objectifying their bodies, but like,
no,
I'm looking at this from a pure business standpoint where
just a weight class.
It's the market. I mean, over in Japan, it's a whole different market, and you have different body sizes. That's like putting Brian Cage in AEW. They did it. It doesn't make sense because he's nowhere close to anybody in size other than like Luchasaurus.
Right.
And Brody Lee, whenever he was around, other than that, like who do you got to go up against? There's no one. It's not going to be believable. It's like putting Hornswoggle in a match, and expecting him to go over and for us to believe
over the Big Show, pal.
I'm sure he does. But was it your match of the week when it happened?
Don't you disrespect the goddamn good name of the old Ye Hornswoggle? Okay, what does it matter with you? Did you know Swoggle's a friend of the show?
He's in Impact now.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
He's a friend of the show.
Hornswoggle's is probably the best little man in the history of wrestling. I mean, I don't know that there's ever been a better or a longer or somebody with a longer career. God, his career spans like 20 years.
It's because he's a gimmick.
Whatever, his gimmick's fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not discrediting that at all, but
gimmick's fantastic.
I mean,
he's a top gimmick.
He's a top gimmick.
So
absolutely,
without falling down this physique rabbit hole too much, right? You take, and we're talking about Swoggle and being in shape, right? Like take somebody like the Boogeyman, who has not been an in-ring performer in years, right? And he gets an occasional telephone call. Hey, we want you to perform and make
come out here and eat the worms.
And he's still
stand in this closet and then be like,
he's like 65.
Yeah,
like
he comes out jacked as hell, eats the worms, somebody throws up, and that's it. It's every time.
And he stays in that shape hoping for the phone call. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I was just going to say, and then we can let it go after this, I was just going to say it comes down to a weight class thing. If you want wrestling to be believable, weight classes there needs to be a similar weight class. And I think that's one thing that WWE has gotten right in the past and currently. I feel like they don't. You're not going to see Roman Reigns get beat by Finn Balor. As much as I love Finn Balor, it's not going to happen, right?
It was going to happen, but the damn rope broke.
Oh, right. It was going to happen. Yeah. Anyway, but like, you know what I mean? Like you're not going to get a little guy who's, not quite 220 pounds, not quite 205 pounds. I don't know what they bill Finn Balor as, but I mean, you're certainly not going to get, WWE doesn't have like skinny little guy. Like you're not going to like Johnny Gargano's never going to beat Finn Balor. Let's put it that way. Johnny Gargano's never going to beat Finn Balor, right? And that's.
But I would believe that though.
Or Johnny Gargano's never going to beat Roman Reigns, right? Like
that's fair. Yeah,
that's fair. Like that's never going to happen. There's no like they're not even going to sniff each other. That's never going to. They're never going to be.
Well, no, because Johnny Gargano signed a 1 week extension, and he's probably going to find himself in AEW just like the rest of the lot.
I mean, that's true.
He's out.
I'm just saying, as far as size wise is concerned, you're never going to see a guy the size of Johnny Gargano go up against a Roman Reigns and have that be a competitive match in WWE. They're never that you will never once see that. And I think that's sort of where Riho falls in, and where it's like, they expect us to believe it's like, okay, they're going to put Marco Stunt in there against Brian Cage. and they expect this to be a competitive match. And
Are you not entertained?
No, not
No.
if that's what's on my television.
No, not if that's what's going on television. Yeah, I agree with Derek, but that's the point that we're trying to make here. Is it's not a physique thing. It's not a body issue thing. I'm sure she's in fantastic shape. She looks great. She's not a believable competitor against these other women who are, you know, pushing 5'8", 5'9", whatever, and built and you know, 120, 125 pounds. They've got 45 pounds on her.
Yeah. Put her in the ring with Jade Cargill. See how this goes.
Yeah, same thing. Yes, exactly. Like, you're gonna make that.
I mean, to be fair, they put Layla Hirsch in the ring with Camille over in NWA. I mean,
Layla Hirsch has 20, 30 pounds on Rio though.
But
no, I agree. I hear what you're saying. I'm just from a it's more of a weight class than it is a height thing, I think, in my opinion.
So I don't know. Just I hope that we move past this Riho thing very quickly and get on to something a little bit more meaningful for Britt Baker. I really, really hope that they're not considering this being a thing.
I really just think that they think that Britt has a demon to slay in Riho, and I think that they maybe want to build it up a little bit by giving Riho a victory and paying tribute to who was the first women's champion, whether or not we agreed with that or not. But
I mean, if that's the way that it plays out, that's definitely good booking, because I'll look back at it and be like, oh, that made a lot of sense.
Sure. Hopefully. I'm just, that's the only way it makes sense, right?
I just hope they're not looking up at it with rose-colored glasses and being like, "Oh yeah, Riho was great," even though in the moment we were all like, "This was terrible."
Actually, I'm looking at it through amber-colored glasses.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, moving on. What's our next topic?
Hey, listen, did you guys see Walter?
Yeah, jacked looking.
I think he's going main roster for sure.
Ah, man, those rumors are churning, bro. And then you get
he's
this.
A large lad.
And then you get this picture, and it's just like, oh, what? Wait, look at you, bud. Like, this was already like a scary deal. Look at you, bud. You know
what's going to happen. He's going to come over, sign the deal, come over.
Hey,
Goldberg squashes him.
No, I want
this could be the guy that we could see dethrone Roman Reigns and get that massive rub.
If that's going to be the case, he better get over here sooner rather than later.
Truth be told, I'd rather just see him. Even if Roman beats him, I'd love to see that match. Like even if Roman beats him, like that match would just be incredible. Holy crap! I really want to see Roman and I really want to see them knock the crap out of each other. I would love that
It'd be so much fun.
Oh man, that would be
so much fun.
God, that could be WrestleMania, and that
absolutely could be WrestleMania. But the problem is, the problem is WWE doesn't put on shows for wrestling fans.
No, not for me. I mean, they do like during the week sometimes.
Yeah, they're hit or miss. But so
Randy Orton, brought up RK Bro and the Dirty Dogs have had a solid 15-ish minutes here, and Randy just kicked out of a zigzag. So that's good.
So it looks like I'm gonna have to watch Raw then, huh? Is that what you're telling me?
At least RK Bro versus the Dirty Dogs. It's had like 15 minutes. It's gone through
disclosure, I did watch Monday Night Raw this week.
I mean, it's on right now, but last week.
Last week, yeah. I did.
It was okay. I watched most of it.
Yeah. I bet you Derek didn't watch Monday Night Raw.
I sure did, pal.
Oh
no! Wow. Derek said he watched everything this week. He's watched all the shows.
Oh, did you watch Impact?
He was asking about whether
I watched 45 minutes of Impact. That's all I could give.
Yeah,
it was bad.
It wasn't great.
It was like a Big Brother style. The whole time I was watching, that's what it was. And I'm out. This is just trash.
I watched some Thanksgiving Ring of Honor. That was
fun. Yeah, how was that?
Not great. It was fine.
Was it actually new matches, or was it just kind of like
it was new matches, but they were definitely taped.
Yeah,
new matches
taped right before they fired everybody.
Yeah, it was new matches, but they were definitely.
I said
taped.
what I said.
Danhausen was on it, like he was part of the main event, and his leg's been broken for a long time. So yeah, it's definitely taped.
Speaking of, being taped, how about Roman Reigns talking about Hollywood, going out and making some movies.
I don't know that he'd be John Cena, or I don't know that he'd be The Rock, but he could definitely be the next John Cena.
I mean, could you imagine like the credibility that WWE would have? Like we're gonna get overrun with fucking people just trying to get into the entertainment business.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
I actually
they
did
have to be
a little
good
bit
at
of
wrestling.
whenever you said, hey, check out this interview, do some research, blah, blah, blah. I actually did a little homework on that. And the guy has about 4 movies under his belt now.
He was just in
And
that one with The Rock.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah.
And Hobbs and Shaw 2 is supposedly in pre-production, going to begin taping in around 2022-ish, maybe 23 due to the pandemic.
I can't believe they're making more of that stuff.
Dude,
And
the Fast and the Furious franchise will never die.
I can't believe they're making more.
Like Damien Carson gonna be like 16, 17, just talking about badass cars, right? And they're gonna be on Fast and the Furious 2032 by the time that happens. Like it's never gonna die, bud.
It's not.
But he's for sure going to be gone within the next year for a little movie taping time. And, he had a small part in the first Hobbs and Shaw.
Edge is back.
Could expand some, obviously. And I think that's kind of what he's laying the seeds for. The guy's 36 years old. He's not going to want to do this for the next. He's not going to be like AJ Styles. He's already saying that he's not going to go forever.
AJ couldn't be a movie star, though.
Well, sure. No. I mean,
Walt, your boy's back. Edge is back.
I did hear he was supposed to come back tonight. So that might be reason enough for me to watch.
He's there right now.
I bet you he looks phenomenal too.
He's got street clothes on. But yeah, he's back. I see it.
So, Tom, Roman Reigns, what do you think about this possibility of him like just peacing out, being good, bye-bye?
No, it's gonna happen. For sure. Like he's a good looking man. He's part of the NOI family. He's got those connections. He knows The Rock very well. They're related. If you didn't know that, he knows. Mr.
Wait, what?
What? He knows Mr. John Cena very well.
Not related.
Not related. You can't tell me that John Cena versus Roman Reigns-esque movie wouldn't sell like hotcakes, especially if it's done semi soon. And it would sell like crazy in China for sure, and that's really where the money is to be made in these sort of fluffy, stupid movies. Look, I'm not us or China. Like China's the marks, man. I'm not a mark. I'm just saying he's going to go.
Roman Reigns ain't going nowhere, bud. All right, listen. Okay, this is just some bullshit that he's putting out there to churn up all this nonsense on the internet so that people can come out and boo him even more. This is a fucking heat move if I've ever seen one.
I mean, it's a great heat move, but at the same time,
my man,
I think it's going to happen.
Nah.
It's not a heat move. It's totally a, like a, I don't know, kind of a tipping of the hand. Plus, he's going to have a contract coming up soon. Give him a little more leverage in talks.
Yeah, there's definitely that. I mean, they already teased that in the in that weird egg story. The only good part of that egg storyline is when the only good part of that.
Oh, the egg.
And we can talk about the egg, but the only good part of that egg storyline is Roman sitting down in Vince's office and Vince being all, look at my egg. Your cousin, The Rock, gave it to me. It's like, okay. And Roman looked at it and he was like, okay. And then Vince was like, I'm told it's worth $100 million. And Roman looks at it and goes, almost as much as my next contract. Walks out. And fair play to Roman. He didn't get anything on him. That whole thing was dumb. When Vince came out of the thing and was like, and everybody was like, ooh.
So here's what the thing around the egg was this week, right? So apparently they were going to make it a part of the 24/7 like title chase, like how all the fucking clowns run around and chase each other. Dana Brooke's a 24/7 champion. Now, happy birthday to Dana Brooke today, by the way.
Dana Brooke, yes.
Yeah.
Underutilized.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, can I jump in there real quick, Walt?
What?
When did the belt turn from green to black? I realized that whenever I was watching Monday Night Raw.
Listen, it's probably still green, bud. It's probably just dirty as fuck. And
Okay.
because if you look back on the rumors, like the original Big Gold was on brown leather, and they said that they never took it off of that brown leather. It was just so dirty that it looked like it was black. So it's probably just dirty. Because I mean,
Gotcha.
even with like the Bad Bunny thing, they used a replica WWE shop belt when Bad Bunny handed over the 24/7 to R-Truth. And that was actually the first time that the real 24/7 championship's been on TV in quite a while. So
Interesting.
yeah.
That was throwing me off because the graphics still showed as green, and I was like, "That's black. That's totally black."
Yeah, it's probably just dirty as fuck, bud.
That makes sense.
That's some really good insight. You only get that here. Hi, Damien. Damien's going to bed. Good night, buddy. Oh, stuff you only get live. Nuggies. Good night.
By the end of Raw,
Night, bud.
obviously Dana Brooke didn't lose the belt. So how are we going to get it off her?
I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, she's one of those like, God, dude, who knows? I mean, she's not.
She can fight a guy.
She's not the first female 24/7 champion though either.
Right?
Wait, is she gonna give birth maybe and get pinned on the birth?
They already did that.
God,
you're right.
They're
free agents now. They're free agents now. Yeah,
she looks
24.
She looks ripped, rare, and ready to go on television. I'll tell you that right now,
for sure. Hey, look, former 20. Hire him up.
Yeah, both of them. Give them something real to do.
Yeah.
Instead of the bullshit they had.
There's
but
a lot of free roster space now.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, so the egg, right? Apparently they wanted to mix it in with that whole 24/7 thing, right? And Netflix and like the Red Notice people were like, nah, man, that's not good enough. We gave you a $7 million or a 7-figure deal to promote our movie. Yeah, we're going to need more than a couple of jobbers fucking chasing around an egg. So that's how Vince McMahon and the whole egg storyline happened.
So
I think I'd rather watch the 24/7, gaggle chase after the egg rather than.
And listen, I said last week, man, that like Vince McMahon back on television would be compelling, if it was done right. But it doesn't appear that we're going to get that, right?
Was it?
Roger crazy ratings though. No, Roger like almost 2 million people last week because Vince McMahon was there.
Yeah, because Vince was there. And I mean, I watched because Vince was there, right? Like, wanted to see what happened. And big ups to Austin Theory too, getting a little rub from that. That kid's got a lot of potential. I think the thing that went under the radar was when Vince goes, "What's your name?" He was like, "Austin Theory, sir." He goes, "Well, Austin Theory, you could have had a great career." But like he like went into like the next line so smoothly, you never caught it. Right. And it's like, and then he gives him the title shot, which I thought was really cool. So
yeah, I like that too.
But I do like, I think that Vince McMahon being in some sort of role on Monday Night Raw would be compelling. He doesn't need to be on SmackDown.
No, I feel like he just needs to draw eyes to Raw. And this dummy billionaire Vince McMahon is, God, I watch it. I'm an idiot, but I watch it.
You're still watching it.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're still watching it.
Because The Miz is coming out with Maurice right now.
Oh, The Miz and Maurice, huh? So that gives me a great segue, Tom. I'm going to need your full attention for this one.
All right, you've got it. Although The Miz is wearing a shiny coat. It's shiny. It's hard to.
So I'm wondering, is The Miz going to say something about Wednesday?
I have it on mute, so I don't know.
Well, we'll guess we'll have to find out later.
Hold on, because I have something to say about that. So let me cut my own little promo here. So, to call somebody a less famous Miz, to call somebody and to compare anybody to the Miz as though that's a bad thing, is legitimately stupid, right? Like
I would agree with that.
It's a legitimately because like I thought about it after it happened, and I'm not going to because we're going to get to that. But I thought about it after it happened.
Oh, we're there, pal.
Okay. Well, this can be the intro. Comparing somebody like The Miz is a Grand Slam champion, has had a career that has spanned almost 2 decades at this point, and he has a reality show. a mega hot wife, a huge house, millions and millions of dollars. I mean, you're the Miz. I'm going to compare you to the Miz. Good God, do you not want to compare? If you're a pro wrestler and you aspire to be a pro wrestler, and somebody says, you're just like the Miz. You're the same level as the Miz. Like, holy crap. Yeah, I want to be a Grand Slam champion. Holy crap. Yeah, I want to have millions of dollars. I want to be on TV every single week for 20 years. Like, I want to have my own talk show. I want to be given a microphone. I want to wrestle in matches. I want to regularly be an Intercontinental champion. The dude was the friggin' WWE champion like within the last 6 months.
You're not hearing any arguments out of me, pal.
So,
I didn't hate the line, though.
That's like saying, you're just like a less famous Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not necessarily the same thing, but it's just like you've just compared the man to a man who has had an infinite amount of success in WWE.
You got to play to your audience, though, in that situation.
That's fine.
Your audience is not, a WWE fan for the most part. Eyes up here. They're not fans.
Hold on. The Miz is right now in the ring with Edge.
Go on.
That's your spot. Go on.
So, I mean, you're right, because you're right. He is a less famous. So he was right. He is a less famous Miz because MJF was in the ring with CM Punk, and the Miz is in the ring with Edge. And as far as I'm concerned, Edge is up here, CM Punk's over here.
Oh, we're gonna get way too in the weeds on that one.
Wow!
So should we talk about this promo
Derek,
now,
do you
or?
disagree? Do you think
I entirely disagree? But I've never been an edge mark such as yourself, so I'm sorry.
I
mean,
sorry.
Derek, maybe I agree with you. Did you ever come to terms with
No,
that?
no, I never actually that would have never crossed the old gray
I would
matter there.
really like to hear your argument on why you think CM Punk is better than Edge.
He's not. There's no
I want to hear Derek's argument.
There's no way to quantify that. He's not.
It's not so much. It's not his character. It's not his career or his skill set, anything like that. It's just for my taste, preferably.
So it's okay for you to be subjective against your taste, but it's not okay for me to be subjective against my case. So I'm a mark because I enjoy Edge more than I enjoy CM Punk, but because that's subjective to my taste. But you're a good fan because CM Punk is more enjoyable than Edge to your taste.
There ain't no way CM Punk is more enjoyable to Edge than Edge. Ain't no way.
I just wanted to make
sure.
So,
all right, let's just do this then. All right, so for one, CM Punk is way better in the ring. Way better in the ring,
bro. You're
absolutely entirely better in the ring.
There's no
better on the microphone.
Absolutely not.
Does not have a better physique. I will give Edge that.
Agree with one thing you're saying so far. Please continue.
But if I have the option, honestly, guys, CM Punk match, Edge match, I'm gonna watch a CM Punk match. It's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna watch a CM Punk promo.
Real quick.
How was that
Edge QT Marshall match?
It was filler. It had to happen. It was something for the Chicago crowd, boys.
Keep on. Go ahead.
You gotta understand, it's a freaking show.
I don't have to understand anything.
What is this, WCW? What do you want? All the greatest hits on television?
What I want is for you.
Why don't you actually pay for a pay-per-view and then you can critique the television?
Why am I gonna do that whenever I come to your house?
Tom, jump in there. This isn't going to end well.
You're wrong. You're really stupid if you think that. You're really stupid if you think that. Sorry. I really like it.
All right. I'm good with that.
You're really stupid if that's how you feel about that. Edge is so much better. In the annals of time, when the history of the greatest professional wrestlers is written, Edge will be etched in a Mount Rushmore while they talk about CM Punk as a guy who, man, he really could have been, but like his best feud was with Ryback.
Oh,
And man, what do we think about Ryback? Hey, I heard he's not coming back to WWE though.
yeah, he said he would come back. He would come back to WWE as long as Vince McMahon wasn't there.
Yeah, okay. Nobody
Bro.
asked him that. He just said it on his own podcast.
yeah.
Thank you for
Just
that announcement.
Completely unprovoked.
Nobody asked him.
This
Nobody
guy's
asked
mental.
him. Nobody.
I'll also go to WWE once Vince leaves, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, look, I won't.
I still can't believe that you're going to sit here with a straight face and tell me that you think that CM Punk is a better performer than Edge.
But I enjoy his shtick better.
Okay, well, I enjoy Edge's shtick better, but like you want to tell me I'm fucking wrong. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
I'm pretty sure that that's kind of the reason we're here.
I'm pretty I mean, he's right.
You're so smart.
He's right.
You're so smart. Okay, but listen, seriously, we've fallen off the wayside here. So I do want to talk about this promo segment, right? And you know, we've been sitting here and we've been kind of
let's talk about that so we can get to Ryback. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
We've already given him too much time.
Yeah, we gave him too much of our time.
That was it. That's it.
Okay.
He's over. He's over.
So, but listen here, like a lot of people are saying that this might have been the greatest television segment in all of professional wrestling history. I've heard multiple people talk about how absolutely fantastic this segment was.
It was very good.
How like this was the verbal sparring match that we've all been waiting for so very, very long. And while I don't disagree with any of those statements, right? The very first thing Derek asked me, he sent me a text message on Thursday. He goes, "Hey bud, did you watch Dynamite?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I did." He goes, "What'd you think?" And the very first thing that I said, MJF and CM Punk went too long.
It did go a little long.
That surprised me when you said that. That honestly was not what I expected to hear.
What did you expect that I was going to say, Derek?
You guys just going to fight? I watched Raw. I mean, I guess I got Raw on you.
No, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
No, so here's my thoughts on it before you guys can fight about it. It was a very, very, very good promo, and they cut great promos on each other. At first, I thought that CM Punk was trying to bury MJF a little bit, and then I thought more about it, and I'm like, nah, CM Punk's just wrong. The Miz, we just talked about it. Like, scroll back a little bit.
I didn't hate it though.
No, I didn't hate it. It was fine. It was a solid comparison, but at the same time, it seems almost like a compliment. Thinking about it a little harder. Now, to put into perspective the length of it, I mean, it obviously wasn't scripted, so they just were like, "Here, you guys have whatever 15 minutes. Go yell at each other and make it believable." And these are guys that can absolutely do that. I do think that. Thinking about, I've watched it 2 or 3 times now, and thinking about it, that MJF's promo came off better because CM Punk backed down more often than MJF did. MJF never backed down. CM Punk, when MJF was like, "Yeah, well, what about you can't see me, man? What about Mr. Hustle Respect, man?" Like,
ooh, listen,
I mean,
when he was like, "Listen, you're coming out here and all you're doing is preaching hustle, loyalty, and respect." Bro, I lost it, because if you look at it, right, that's kind of what Punk's thing's been, because he's been back on this, like, his welcome back tour, right?
Yeah.
And he's had to be very complimentary to the fans. So that was absolutely true.
Sure. He's got to come out and do a little lip service for the fans. It's been 7 years.
Sure. But look, I think that this was... in retrospect, I mean, I think this obviously leads to a match, and I think MJF goes over in the match. If that's not what happens, this was a sham, and this was for naught, because what are they going to do with CM? What are they going to do with CM Punk?
Tom, I wholeheartedly agree with you, bud.
I mean, they just got to get...
If I see MJF go down to CM Punk, it will be an issue.
If this is to put one of the best talkers against one of the best talkers, who are both in their own rights very, very good workers, I think that match is good, and I think when MJF goes over on CM Punk, I think that shoots him to the moon. Somebody who also gave
nice tie-in.
incredible promo this week. If we want to talk about guys,
Bro, he looks good.
We want to talk about guys giving goosebump promos, let's talk about Cameron Grimes, because my man delivered a promo that encapsulated. He didn't have the time. He had 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, he made me feel more than this. I mean, this was good. This was a setup. It was very good. It was enjoyable, and I liked it, and I had a good time with it. Was it the greatest promo of all time? No. Am I going to be quoting this promo for the rest of my life like I am with the Macho Man Cream Rises to the Top promo?
No, I was actually going to bring that up. That is the greatest promo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Barring none, that is the greatest promo.
It is. But I mean, there's a lot of promos like that. I mean, a lot of Ric Flair promos are like that because he's a wheeling dealing, kiss stealing. You're not going to quote stuff. You're not going to quote stuff from this promo. Is this something that's going to live in infamy forever? No. Is this something that's going to build to a really, really good match? That's going to get a really, really good wrestler and a really, really good talker. Somebody who's probably legitimately one of the top 3 guys in the industry, period, right now. Get him super over. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it did, and it did its job. Is it the best of all time? No, not even. No, it's just fine.
No, but it turned the knob on that
just fine
upcoming match.
Just
yeah,
fine.
It was way better than just fine.
It just fine in the history of things. It's not a hard times promo. It is not a Ric Flair wheeling dealing kiss stealing promo. It's not the pipe bomb. It's not Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. It's none of that. It's not cream of the crop.
The difference here is, right, bud? Like, you're citing all these great promos that were one-sided. Like,
yeah,
we're not talking about anything that like this has ever happened, where you get the 2 best guys on the microphone and in the ring at the same point in time. And if you look at that thing from front to back, top to bottom,
That's not true. Because Ric Flair and Macho Man cut when they were both literally the best, period, on the mic.
You talking about the Elizabeth feud?
They cut plenty of promos on each other through that feud. It was only like 6 months long. They only crossed paths for a little while. Those were great promos, but nobody quotes those. You don't remember those. Plenty of promos between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I mean, we're talking about the guys who are literally good God, The Rock. Does this live up to that? I mean, is this a best modern day post Attitude Era, post WCW, post Ric Flair, post? Is this a better of that? Is this the best promo like back forth in the last 15, 20 years? Yeah, for sure. Does it live up to those classic moments? No.
Derek, you got some discontent on your face. What's on your mind, bud?
Well, what I'm kind of thinking here is, I'm guessing that the people that said that this was the greatest promo of all time, you got to look back as far as like a lot of people are not going to end up being wrestling historians and actually do a lot of backwards research, such as ourselves.
One of these people was Mark Henry.
Well, I'm not a big fan of his.
Mark Henry has given better promos than this.
No,
and he is
Mark Henry is terrible.
What?
No, when Mark Henry came back, and started the House of Pain.
Yeah,
when he was like, I want to retire, but then cut it out. I don't know that was better, but Mark Henry has stood in the ring and stood at attention for better promos than this. Mark Henry was in the ring when The Rock was handing out presents to everybody. He handed Mark Henry a watch, he handed D'Lo Brown a watch, and then he handed Farouk a big picture of The Rock. That was better than this. I mean,
yeah, but that was a Rock promo.
Okay,
not a Mark Henry promo.
No, you're right.
Guys,
Okay. All right,
you got to think back to the Rock and Stone Cold and Flair and Savage. We're talking 80s, 90s, early 2000s. It's 2021. I know it doesn't feel like 20 years ago, but this is a whole nother generation of wrestling fans coming up here and watching this stuff. So to them,
hold on,
very well could be one of the greatest things they have seen in the modern age.
So I have one great promo that actually I think was more recent and much better than this and much shorter. Adam Cole against when he was talking to Karrion Kross, and he said, "You get the girl, you get all the entrance, and you get everything to make you feel special. You know what they do to make me feel special? They ring the freaking bell."
Yeah, that was good stuff. That
was a great promo.
Yeah.
That was better than this. It was shorter.
I don't get, guys, why we're trying to
face to
cut this
face.
promo down so much.
I'm not
though.
trying to cut.
Can we
I'm
not
not
just appreciate it for what it was?
Look, like I said, I loved it.
Why do we even watch it? Do we just watch it to talk shit on wrestling? Is that what we do?
Hold on. You're missing the point entirely, and I'm not trying to. So there's a thing within wrestling communities where they're like, okay, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm going to put this on a pedestal. The point is, it doesn't live on the pedestal. You knock it off the pedestal because it doesn't belong on the pedestal. It's not the greatest of all time. It wasn't the greatest one. Wait, was Karrion Kross at Adam? That was this year. It was the greatest one in the last. When the hell did Karrion Kross and Adam Cole happen?
Bro, that was at least like 90 days ago. It wasn't that long ago.
It had to be longer than that because he would have been in
seriously, it was like 4 months ago. Like, it's not been that long.
All right, so it was the greatest promo since that one. And before that, it had probably been a while. But still, I'm just saying, like, it's good. It was really good. It ranks up there with some of the best modern era promos, which have sort of been stifled in the last 20, 30 years, particularly. Yes. But it ranks up there with those. But is it the greatest of all time? No. God, no. Not even a little bit. Like, it was a very good.
No, if we're barring none, and whoever said greatest of all time is smoking crack, but for what it is, yeah, we obviously both
for sure
made our
we're on the same page.
Fucking great. It's fucking great. I hardly ever cuss in this thing. What?
Derek.
Yes, sir.
PG family show.
So when you asked me what I thought of Dynamite,
yes,
and
back to
my answer was CM Punk and MJF went long.
Yes.
What did you think my reaction was going to be?
Whenever
since you're so smart.
I never said I was so smart. I didn't expect you to. I honestly, okay. I thought it was reasonable, and I even told you that I understand, but at least it was not a 20-minute WWE opening promo of Triple H coming out and telling us what he's gonna do with the belt and the girl.
The game.
Yeah. Like WWE has turned into this opening promo of 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 20 minutes every week. This was a promo that I gave a shit about, and I was tuned in and I was locked in, and I wasn't getting up to grab a beer or take a piss while that was on.
I'm really excited, but we'll get to that in a minute. So for me, right, this was fantastic. It was everything that I wanted it to be. I really enjoyed the fact that CM Punk finally kind of got pushed a little bit. And if I'm being honest, I feel like he was taken back a little bit by MJF's music hitting. If I'm being 100% honest.
If I'm being honest, I feel like he was taken aback a bit by how much better MJF was on the mic than he was. I feel like he was really put in his place, and maybe that was probably by design. But I really feel like MJF on the mic really, God, the guy has a sing-song way about him in a similar way that The Rock does, and it's not quite that level of like sing-song, but it's a level that's just like very well read. It's very well spoken. And you can tell that he really feels and believes everything that he says because he's better than you and you know it. And man, it's hard to not believe that he's better than anybody he's talking to. And he knows it. And when he leaves, they kind of also know it. Especially at this point, like he's beaten Chris Jericho like 3 times. They let Jericho get one over on him, which I think was dumb. It was a mistake, but yeah, you know what? It is what it is. But here we are.
Friend of the show, Patrick Martin shows up. MJF equals The Miz.
I mean, that would be good though, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, you want to be like The Miz just spent 15 minutes in the ring with Edge, probably cutting just as good a promo as we saw. I mean, it's not going to lead to anything as good, but it's
And
Man.
MJF has all the potential in the world and all the years left in his
absolutely.
career
Oh my God.
to easily get to that level.
He's 20.
I mean, the guy's only
24
20.
years old.
Exactly.
Listen,
exactly
if we're
what I
comparing
was about
apples
to move to.
apples to apples here, man, I for my dollar, MJF is right on that level with The Miz, right? Like the Miz needs MJF needs this feud with CM Punk, right? More than anything to kind of get him to that next level.
Mhm.
Because and for my money, man, if it comes down to the two, while The Miz is a super successful dude and he's out there and he's got his reality show and he's got all this other, he's hosting the Wipeout thing and all the stuff he's doing, it's all great, right? But MJF is right now in a place where he's that young guy, 1,000,000% focused on his craft as a professional wrestler. And he needs this win over CM Punk to help elevate him to that next level. And when CM Punk said, "Hey man, like you're so worried about being the most powerful of the four pillars that you've been replaced by Britt Baker and you don't even know it." And that's kind of holds true, right? Like we're talking about Britt before we're talking about him. Anything MJF's done to this point in the last 200 days, right?
Yeah.
And we can sit here, Derek, hold on. We can sit here and we can praise the fact that Britt's out there and she's doing it over and over and over and over again. But MJF has put value on his character and his presentation to only be a big time match guy. Yes. And the fact that he's able to still appear week after week and instigate and antagonize anybody and everybody into making that a match that you want to watch him get his dick kicked in for him to in turn make everybody look stupid. MJF is on his own level right now. And I am really excited. So takeaways for me from this whole promo thing. It was good to see CM Punk get pushed a little bit on the mic, right? We hadn't seen that since he's been back. We hadn't seen that in many, many years since he left WWE, right? And I think that what rings true to that is when MJF said, "Hey man, the pipe bomb is your moment." But every moment with MJF is the greatest MJF moment. Really is kind of true, right? Because when you talk about great promos, the pipe bomb, Tom, you said it yourself, the pipe bomb, right? But that's it. But we know that we've gotten little things from CM Punk throughout the years where you can tell that he's got this killer edge on the microphone and he's very good at what he does, in a very unscripted setting. And we had not gotten to see that to this point. And that muscle got exercised a little bit, so to speak, right? And at first it was a little discombobulated. But then in the middle, man, it really started to gel and things really started to make sense and flow. I'm really looking forward to how they're going to book this moving forward, right? Because we talk about the slow burn, but the fact that we got these two for 20 minutes on a random Wednesday out of nowhere, are we gonna get an early payoff, or is this gonna be a war of words until their next pay-per-view in March?
I feel like they've got some long draws going, so they need to give people the early payoff, the quick payoff. I do think MJF just when's there's going to be a next pay-per-view. They just had one. I think
it's in March. The next pay-per-view is in March. It's Revolution.
That far away?
Yes.
Wow. This must be the
quarterly, bud.
Stretch. I mean, quarterly would be January.
No, it was just last month. Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago.
Well, but March is a quarter. Like the quarters are like October, December.
Okay, all right, you're right. There could be.
Yeah, but it's still they do it quarterly, bro. But I mean, quarter one's January, February, March.
Before we get
do it
kind of crazy off topic here, can I throw one more thing out and then we can move on?
Yeah.
Okay. MJF at 23, 24. The Miz at 23, 24 years old. It's incomparable.
No,
Absolutely.
MJF has all the potential in the freaking world. The Miz had just gotten off a stint on the Real World. This is
Road Rules. Stop. Road Rules.
he was in the Real World. What was it? Road Rules?
No, it was Road Rules. He was Road Rules, but he
Either
also
way.
did the road. He also did the challenges. The Miz wasn't in. He wasn't in the WWE in 20.
And he may have been settled with a bad gimmick with his baggy pants and all that stupid goofy dance he was doing whenever he came out. But
Made it work,
MJF has been doing top guy shit since he appeared.
Look,
which
I'm
then
like the Miz is a mid card guy, and he's a mid card guy that worked. He didn't.
MJF is a top guy, and he's got all the potential in the world.
Absolutely,
and he's going to destroy MJF's or Miz's. Like he will overtake. Miz's
for sure.
career.
It's
Miz has overachieved for what he should have done. He has beautiful wife, beautiful family, great career. Good for him.
We don't.
I remember watching him being an asshole.
He hit his coverage there, Derek Valkyrie.
Yes. Unfortunately for John Morrison, he did not do the same. He married down. She is not a pretty lady.
What? Bro, you can't say that.
I did. Oh, we're live. My bad. Dude. I guess she's not going to be a guest host ever, huh?
Oh, fuck, man. You can't say that kind of shit. Listen.
Have you seen? You've not seen. She's a smoke show.
She is not Scarlett. Don't you put that name on her.
No, she's got some. Yeah. Anyway. Ooh, baby.
She's very much like Tenny Storm. She's thick in all the right places.
Yeah, I'm with Walt on that. I'm down with the thickness.
Anyway. Bro, you beat me to it. Hey, so Pat Martin, real quick.
What will drive people to like MJF? Have you seen him? Have you seen him perform in the ring? Have you heard his promos?
Not unless you're buying a pay-per-view. You haven't seen him perform in the ring.
I mean, you mean
once?
You mean stealing a pay-per-view?
Patrick, you can come to my house, Pat. Next time Walt comes down, you can watch the pay-per-view. It's fine. Just bring some Doritos,
bro. You know what? We can just do it.
Derek will boil some hot dogs. It'll be good.
Yeah. Can we just go to the Roadhouse and just order it at the bar?
Wait, can we do that? Is that a thing?
No, we can't. That's not a thing.
Come on, man. Open it up after hours.
Absolutely, that's not a thing.
Dude, they used to buy the WWE pay-per-views like when they were expensive.
That's not a thing. No,
they used to buy the pay-per-views when they were expensive at Hooters.
Nope.
Like when they were $40.
This is a huge marketing opportunity.
Listen. Carson's got to eat, pal. Okay.
All right. Just Carson's got to eat.
Just Carson. I'll buy Carson food. You buy. I could feed
Carson if we could do it. How much does that boy eat? He's just little. He's just a boy.
He's already bigger than Derek. Okay.
Oh shit.
That doesn't. I can see.
There it is.
Little guy.
There it is.
So Derek,
at least we're over an hour into the show.
Derek, you still have not given me what you thought my reaction was going to be. You sidestepped the question.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, honestly, I expected you to like it. I thought it was badass, and I thought you were going to think it was pretty good. And
I did like it.
Whenever you came back with it was long, it just caught me off guard. That's all. It wasn't the answer I expected. I expected, there we go. Thank you, Pat.
No,
I
Pat,
expected you to be like, but I should know better as, you're a fickle fan in a nice way. I mean that in a nice way.
Dude, listen, of the three of us, I am the most in touch fan in this fucking group. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, I said what I said. Y'all two motherfuckers can be offended if you want. Okay. I am the voice of the voiceless.
Okay. All right, let's move on. What's next? Oh my God, Apollo! How does Apollo Crews still have a job, lady?
How are we already an hour in? This is
real talk. How does Apollo Crews still have a job right now with Commander Aziz?
Because he looks like $1 million, pal. That's why.
And he's got like some kind of a weird beat. He's got this Q-tip, this metal Q-tip with a spear.
It's $100 million Q-tip, Tom.
Got a Q-tip. He's gonna clean out.
It's where they keep the egg.
He's gonna clean out Damian Priest's ears with this big metal Q-tip. He does. He looks like $1 million, and he's about to lose to Damian Priest on Raw. Anyway,
listen. what do y'all saw on TV this week that was compelling?
Are we at match of the week already?
We can be on match of the week. I kind of thought that the things that we had would go a little bit longer than they did.
We agreed too much. It's going to be
Absolutely.
only about an hour-long show. What did I see that was
You'll have
compelling?
those every once in a while.
Wait. I'm first. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Because I feel like...
Are you going to pay attention to the show now? Are you going to continue watching Raw?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is your match of the week on Monday night right now?
No, it's not. All right. Shout out to... so this week on Ring of Honor. So this week on Ring of Honor.
Deep.
Right? Go deep. So this week on Ring of Honor, they actually had it was today. It was Thanksgiving. Their Thanksgiving show. They put out it was PCO, who you all recognize as a legend. PCO. And Danhausen versus the Briscoes. Which was I saw that I was like, man, this is something I want to watch. This is my honorable mention because it got stupid for a hot minute, and like the Briscoes managed to confuse PCO and get him to attack Danhausen for a minute, and it was like what? But Danhausen did too. He looked good. The Briscoes are just solid workers, and he did put extra teeth. And I need to tell you why this is important. Danhausen did do the thing into the teeth into the mouth of the Briscoes, and the Briscoe without the teeth, and like he kicked them out of his mouth. That didn't seem to faze him so much, but there was also eventually Danhausen loses, or because it's just the way that this goes, and the Briscoes win. But the Briscoes like actually took Danhausen's teeth and like put them in their mouth. Because they're missing teeth because they're the Briscoes, and I was just like, oh my god, this is the best and worst thing I've seen in wrestling in a long time.
Edge is a fucking savage.
I don't know what he said, but I saw him saying things.
All I know is that he referenced the promo on Wednesday.
Oh, good for him. What a hero.
Interesting.
What a hero. I can't wait to actually watch hear what he actually said, because I've been watching the wrestling, but I've not been hearing the things. But no, the match of the week was obviously Cesaro versus Ridge Holland. First of all,
fucking dick.
Yep. First of all, I love Sheamus. God, I love Sheamus. He comes out with a shillelagh with the hat and the coat, and he comes out and he's waving the shillelagh around. Ridge Holland has also a hat, and he's got that like Billy Club. Man, is that gimmick is so over for me, and I like it a lot. And then Shamey was on commentary, and I could listen to Sheamus like say Sheamus like drunk Irish things all day.
What an asshole.
Who, me or Sheamus?
You.
That's fine. So anyway, love that, and also loved just oh my god, like Cesaro got the roll up pin, and I know like Brian Alvarez, fuck him, was like, oh, they buried all the new talent because Tony Storm also got a pie in the face from Charlotte because it was Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, so it was like, here's some leftovers. Anyway, to do the dumb gimmick shit, and there's a food fight on wrestling. But now, what a great match! God, I love these guys. I loved all of it, and like it to me was just encapsulated sort of that like that you picked it. I know, right? Unbelievable. Anyway, it was great, and I loved it, and that's my match of the week. Because even though Ridge Holland lost, I love Ridge Holland. He's going to be a big thing, and love me some Shamey, love me some Cesaro. It was great. Pat McAfee sold it like a fucking champ. Oh, also the other thing, there was that stupid battle royale that was really dumb, and fucking Happy Corbin throws out Madcap Moss. He's like, Madcap Moss knows something that learns something that we've all known for a very long time. Corbin is a scumbag. So MVP for the week, again for like 30 weeks in a row, Pat McAfee. But match of the week was Ridge Holland versus Cesaro.
Pat McAfee is the saint.
He's MVP of the week.
Derek, what about you, bud? Like, got match of the week?
Well, I was actually going to say, guys, my match of the week, it kind of started on Wednesday, and it was one that previously I would have argued against because I was very, very stuck on Eddie Kingston continuing his battle with CM Punk, which we did not get, which is
Thank
trash.
God, because that shit was terrible.
I'm sorry, but no.
God.
But on Wednesday, we got Daniel Garcia coming and screwing with Eddie in catering, a little inside joke. Haha, you're fat, you're in catering. That's hilarious. But the match that they put on Rampage on Friday night, Daniel Garcia, Eddie Kingston, was fire, boys. They were beating the shit out of each other.
Did you just give Rampage a match of the week?
I did. And they only have 3 to choose from, so that was pretty good.
Wow, that's impressive.
I really was into it. I was in here wrapping gifts. I watched wrestling at this point, I'm not going to lie, for about 6 hours that day.
Good job, Sam.
So, I could have been a little drunk, a little wrestling drunk. But for my money at that exact moment in time, I was like, that right there is my match of the week. Love it. You can start getting them hard slaps in there, get some open chops, make me feel like it's believable. I'm sold.
Walt, now that we've killed you.
Yeah, Walt's just dead.
Good. That was good.
You and your little
My match of the week was Bryan Danielson versus Colt Cabana.
Oh,
I like that too because oh my God, he beat his teeth out of his mouth, and I don't like Colt Cabana at all.
Because Bryan Danielson beat the ever-loving fuck out of Colt Cabana.
He sure did.
And then he cut a fucking promo.
Yeah, he did. He held his tooth. He held his tooth up. He was
bro,
like,
they're like legit making DB look like a world killer right now.
Yeah.
And he deserves every second of the spotlight. Like I'm in the middle of you two when it comes to Daniel Bryan, right? Like Derek, you're absolutely just not a Daniel Bryan guy. Tom, you're very high on DB, right? I'm very in the middle where he's had some great moments, he's had some not so great moments.
When he's a heel, he's fucking great. But whenever he's a face, I cannot stand him.
I'm really into this
hate him
shit,
as a
right?
face.
And like, here's the thing too that just gives me so much joy. So apparently, he has a very nice AEW T-shirt on AEW Shop. It says something along the lines of "The American Dragon is back."
Yeah, it's sweet looking. Yeah,
but like he just wears a white tee and
he doesn't wear
joggers
that
to the ring because he wants to really drive home the fact that like he's very much here to just show why he's the best. And the smart mark in me appreciates that.
It's like when Ciampa didn't have merch.
Legit was about to say the same thing. You could not buy his shirt.
And didn't like he would wear an awesome shirt and you were just not allowed to buy it.
Nope.
It was just a shirt that he owned, and you were like, but I want that shirt. And he was like, nope. And didn't have music, walked to the ring in silence, holding the belt. Like, God, fuck. Yeah, now you're right. He's learned.
It's phenomenal. And
it's
like
great.
I'm in for it. I'm tuning in. And like I hope he beats Hangman. He's not going to.
He won't beat Hangman. They're building him up to lose to Hangman.
But I really want to see him beat Hangman because he's going to carry this feud. We talked about this last week. Hangman on the microphone is just
cowboy shit.
I don't think it's like puke worthy, but it's not like I'm not writing home about it.
Bro, Hangman on the microphone is worse than me, pal. Okay?
He's come a long way in the last year.
He's definitely worse than me.
I'm better than him. That's saying something.
and I'm way better, and I'm way better than you. So like,
exactly. I'm the weak link here. We all know that.
yeah,
Well,
so
Walt has the easy job though, because he just gets to host it and listen to us bitch at each other.
yeah,
Hey, I have insight. Okay.
So what you're saying is,
I offer opinions.
Hey, I'm the one that has the job to get Tom to shut the fuck up so I can get a line in every once in a while. You got the easy part.
This is fair.
eh.
You know, I mean,
I love you, Tom.
I just bully myself in there from time to time. You know what I mean? We all know. Listen, we all know Tom carries the fucking show. Okay,
He's the
Like,
silver tongue.
it is what it
That's
is.
why my
but,
shoulders are so strong, boys.
you know, I've always got a lot of shit to talk, and every once in a while, Derek's got something important to say. Not usually, but once in a while. You
I
know?
throw some zingers out there.
Derek's an important part of this show.
Derek, I'm disappointed in you.
When Derek's
What?
not here, we just agree about stuff, and you try to be combative, and I'm like, no, you're wrong because this, and this, and you're like, all right, that's fair.
Yeah, Tom and I see things very, very similar, right?
That's because
Even
we have
though
eyes.
I see things very, very similar with Derek, but when we're all together, I'm like right in the middle, and I can play whatever side I want.
Except I have eyes, and maybe you guys don't sometimes, but that's fine. I like that I have eyes.
That's a little much, pal.
Hey, look, I can't help it that I have a really, really good eye doctor, and Yin's don't.
He does have glasses, so his vision is obviously better.
Yeah, put your glasses on because you miss.
He has superhuman vision.
Now
I only have contacts.
Does that make me look smarter?
No, it's just it makes you like you should see. Vision is important, and you should see the things that are right with your eyeballs because you have them, and they can go here.
Well, I got news for you, pal. I can see, and what I saw was AEW Dynamite was less than without Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks this week.
Really? Because it was actually a really good show. So it was actually a really good show this week. I mean, they didn't have Kenny Omega last week, but it was a really
he did a
good
pre-tape last week.
He did.
That's a good point. You're right. It was
Hey,
better.
how about that Dante Martin segment? We're going to see him with FTW now. FTW championship.
Man,
come in there and fuck up Ricky Starks.
I feel like they're gonna fuck up this whole that whole thing. I feel like that whole Team Taz thing has just been a mess, and I'm not wrong.
Dude, if we don't see Hook wrestle, then what the fuck are you doing here? You just mean mugging for the last year. You haven't done anything.
Well, apparently Hook has a backpack that nobody knows what's in it.
So we can just call him Dora?
There's nobody has any idea what's in it.
He comes out to the ring, Dora, the Explorer.
Well, like at least we knew it was in Dora's backpack. There was a map, right?
It was the map, yeah.
There was at least a map.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway, Walt, how was that whiskey?
It's good, bud.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good. What are you drinking?
I'm just finishing up my my Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. It was good.
Oh, I like Voodoo Ranger.
Hey, little Derek, you made a drink.
Their Imperial is
I'm actually working on it's gone now. I need to refill, but it was a vodka and squirt in my daughter's sippy cup that includes a straw built into it. So I could drink straight from the bottom and get all of the vodka first.
You put the booze in the kid's sippy cup. You put the booze in the kid's sippy cup.
Well, you see, the strategy is because the straw goes to the bottom.
Yeah, I know the strategy.
So,
I have those cups. I just don't put the booze in the kid's sippy cup because
you wash them. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, she won't cry tonight if she were to happen to take a drink, and then she'll sleep real good.
We really need to shut this off.
Is this bad? Am I going to get CPS called on me?
No, but this needs to be.
Is Pat calling CPS right now?
Pat McAfee? No, he's busy being.
No, Pat Martin, the guy I'm going to watch the pay-per-view with in Charleston.
Oh yeah, wait, we can go to
That's my guy.
God,
he doesn't know it yet, but he's my boy.
Who's picking me up to go to Charleston?
I will.
And then driving me home. Oh yeah, you have a nice truck with like a lot of room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll drive the whole gang.
Oh.
Am I gonna have to ride in the fucking back though?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the back seat. I have a seat, pal.
Yeah.
Got a
Like,
Okay.
I got a whole
I'm good
cab.
with this.
You've been in my truck.
I've ridden in it, but I've never been in the back seat because
Oh,
I had
bro, listen,
respect at that
I'm
time.
comfortable in the back seat. Pat,
See,
what?
he needs the cup. He's all
Pat,
about
what
it.
cup do you need?
This right here.
The one that
The
Derek
old
Oh,
had.
Big
the
Lot
sippy cup.
special
Oh,
with the
okay.
built-in straw.
Yeah.
Hey,
Straight
listen
to the
listen.
vodka in the bottom.
Guys, here's the thing, right? Pat, what do you want to talk about? Ain't nobody fucking paying attention to us anyways, and I'll edit out the middle piece for the audio.
Going on here, Hurt Business versus the Mysterios, baby.
Hang on. Let Pat type. I'll be right back.
Pat, what do you want to talk about?
I'm watching the Hurt.
Maybe
Business.
he's peeing.
That's where you're going, little bitch.
Maybe Derek's peeing, and maybe Pat's peeing with ew. I want to point out that Dominic Mysterio's ring gear right now is just gross. It's white and purple and gold.
Yeah, Lakers colors, pal.
Well, it sucks. Whatever the way he's.
You know what else
it,
sucks, Tom? Your attitude sucks, Tom.
Yeah, I mean it really does. But you know whose ring gear is fucking amazing?
Who's that?
Mr. Shelton Benjamin. You know why?
Because Shelton Benjamin's a freak.
Because it's black and gold.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, it was a rough week for the black and gold.
It really was. Pat, we're not going to talk about Derek's cup. Okay, what do you want to talk about, Patrick? Like, what do you want to hear the boys talk about, Patrick?
We're also not talking about Derek's penis, if that's in the running.
Derek doesn't have a penis.
He definitely has. He's got a child. He has a penis.
They adopted.
No, they didn't.
I know.
That kid looks
spreading
like him.
internet rumors.
That kid looks like him. Hopefully, she gets like the better part of it. I love how the dog just fills in when Derek's not there.
Hey, Timothy, what did you think about Kenny Omega?
Timmy, come on, Timmy.
Timothy, where you at?
Timmy, come back.
Hey, Tim.
Timmy?
I'm still waiting for Pat to tell me what he wants to talk about.
Oh, 619. Oh man, Shelty B rolls out, but
I'm over the Mysterios. They can go
stays in the ring. It's literally the same match every time. Frog splash. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, can you believe that the Mysterios they beat the that's a house show match though right there. Mysterios versus the Hurt Business.
Yeah, because the Hurt Business is a joke.
Hurt
Business 2.0 is a joke.
I like these guys. Like, I want it to be back to Hurt Business 1.0, and I want these guys to be like, I don't know, dominant, because they were like they held all the undercard gold at one point. They were tag team champs, and Bobby Lashley was USA champ, and it was like, man, was that good?
Yeah, it was great, but they fucked it up just like they do everything else.
Ruined.
Hey,
Earlier tonight, now we're recapping Becky yelling at Liv, and I guess there's a table, so there must have been a contract signing, and Sonya's standing there like, "Oh, Becky, why are you being so mean?" And now there's a 10-woman tag match.
Oh,
Team versus Team Bex.
Let's put a bunch of shit in the ring and fucking see what fucking sticks.
Let's put 10 people together.
Oh,
10 whole people.
Everybody's got to get a payday.
This is the worst tag match. Look, I hate tag matches that are more than 2-on-2. Can I just throw that out there?
Listen, I don't hate everything that's 2-on-2.
Look,
more than 2-on-2.
Look, 3-on-3 is fine. Okay, it's fine. Survivor Series, that 5-on-5 is like it's okay because it's like elimination. But like when it's just like randomly, we got 10 people here. Look, I'm telling you, Dana Brooke's part of this right now. This is it's not the main event, but like Like it's got
Well,
Liv Morgan, Dana Brooke. It's all the faces. Liv Morgan, Dana Brooke. You got Rhea Ripley out there. You got Nikki Ash. We haven't seen Nikki in like 3 weeks. And you got
What do you mean we haven't seen it? They lost their tag titles last week.
yeah, you're right. Okay. But still, I mean,
Thank God. Like, can Nikki ASH go away? Like, I'm over it. Give me Nikki Cross. That's what I want.
give you what now?
want
You
Nikki
went
Cross.
Yeah, I do too. I want that crazy like I want that version of Nikki.
Yeah.
That, like rips her shirt off and is just like that's the version I want. But like nah, you're right. You're right. It's poopies.
Yeah. We don't need all that superhero shit. No.
Can we close out the show? Derek's not here. Let's just show it.
Yeah, I'm great.
Let's cut it down. All right. It's all love. One Fall WrestleCast. Peace out, homies.
Oh.
I stole
Derek's
everybody's line. Bye.
Bye.
Seriously though, let's close it out. Bring him back. Let's close it out.
All right. Hey, Derek, we're gonna go home, pal.
What the fuck? What just happened?
Hey, we're gonna.
Are we
go
doing a
home,
different
pal.
show now? Oh, all right. Let's go.
All right. Hey, check us out. Facebook. Nope, not Facebook. Facebook's not a thing.
Facebook
Not yet.
sucks. Fuck Facebook.
Not yet. It's
Facebook's
there. It's just not a thing.
Facebook is the worst social media by far.
It's meta.
Whatever. Just bury it in the desert somewhere and blow it up with atom bombs. It's all love. Come on, Walt. Come on.
This guy. Check us
It
out
takes all
on
the
Twitter and
gimmicks.
Instagram at @1_fall WCONE. If you're watching us, please like, comment, and subscribe. We know that Tom's a little pushy, but you know what? He'll definitely interact with you. I promise.
I'm so fucking mean.
Audio folks, we appreciate you so very much. Yeah, so with all that being said, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast.